Welcome back to Combat Sports Weekly. Joining us now is an Albuquerque-based fighter, Featherweight, fighting out of Luttrell's MMA here in Albuquerque. Andres Quintana, 8-1 record with 8 straight knockouts. How are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Does it feel like a long time since your first professional loss?
Yeah, it really does. I think 2011, I believe.
It's been a while, and you've been on a tear since. And I was looking this up earlier. I didn't know this. You're only 23?
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. When did you go pro?
At the age of 18, I believe. Yeah, maybe 19.
Talk about your start in MMA, because you were originally a boxer primarily, right? So how did all that start? How did your boxing start, and what made you change to mixed martial arts?
My boxing started because I didn't like team sports. I basically wanted to, depend on myself for the win and not on someone else. And I boxed for a real long time. I boxed all the way up until I was 18. I even boxed professionally. And I just felt like it was real corrupt. I would go to nationals and I felt like I would be robbed. So, I loved MMA. I had a training partner that was doing MMA, and that's how I got into it.
Yeah, and how did you link up with Chris Luttrell here at Luttrell's MMA in Albuquerque?
Through one of my good friends, DJ San Marco. He says that Coach Luttrell, he's an amazing coach, and I didn't know too much ground at the time or wrestling, so I was primarily a striker. Yeah. And DJ says, I got to get out of a small town and come and learn some more. Yeah,
and Chris Luttrell, for a lot of people in the national scene, don't really know that he helped kind of start this mecca of that Albuquerque became for MMA with what he did with Diego Sanchez. So what's it like to be with somebody that has so much history and so much experience?
It's like he's just a wealth of knowledge. I mean, I could ask him anything and he has an answer for it. Any problems I'm having, he's amazing.
Yeah,
great coach.
Now, next month, you're scheduled to have a fight at Tachi Palace against Charles Diaz, a veteran, catch weight at 150 pounds. So I bet you're happy that you don't have to drop those 5 extra pounds. But what do you know about the opponent?
He's a tough guy. He's a little bit older. I mean, I think he retired and then came back out of retirement. So, I'm sure he's still going to be dangerous, but I'm always on top of my game, and I'm always ready to throw.
Yeah, and that fight, I guess, all depends on what happens. You're actually trying out for the Ultimate Fighter. What led you to do you feel it's the right time for you, especially with your record and your experience?
Yeah, I beat a vet from the UFC, and, I finished him in the first round, but I feel like I could beat anyone at this time and point.
Yeah. Now, Yoatsin Mesa, I believe, was that guy that you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
What do you remember from that fight?
We exchanged a few times back and forth. I thought he probably underestimated me. I only had 2 or 3 fights at the time, so he probably thought he was going to just run through me, hit me once or twice, and I'd be done. But didn't go like that. We traded a few times. He tried to push me up against the cage. He didn't like getting hit too much. I defended it and head kicked him.
Yeah. Now, all of your fights, as we mentioned, 8 of your victories have come all by way of knockout. Obviously, you started off as a boxer.
Yes,
do you ever feel there's any pressure for you to start submitting some of these people, or just any way that the ending comes, you'll take it?
No, just basically any way the ending comes. But yeah, I don't really go for submissions too much. I just don't like being on my back. I don't want to give up a dominant position, for a maybe.
Yeah. Now, your gym, Luttrell's MMA here in Albuquerque, obviously there's a lot of the times that gyms like Jackson's and Fit and HB will get the credit because of the amount of guys they have in the UFC. What can you tell the people out there about your gym and what you love about it?
I promise we're tons of up-and-comers. We might not have been on a huge show yet. A few of us have, but we're all killers.
Yeah. Talk about some of the guys that you train with that give you the most work there.
My brother, Javier Speda, he's an amateur still, but he's 6-0. He has 50-plus boxing matches. He's just won Golden Gloves. My good friend Steven Cervantes, a good 35er, still undefeated. Maurice Jackson, Luis Luna. Everyone there is tough.
Yeah, now you're originally from Roswell, right? When did you move to Albuquerque? And, obviously you said you were boxing. Were there any other sports that you played down in Roswell?
No, I just fought. All in high school, I was fighting MMA and boxing, A lot of people asked me to play football and wrestle and different stuff, It would have been cool. I wrestled for a little bit, but I never really competed much. Yeah.
When did the move to Albuquerque happen?
When I was 18. Yeah, after I graduated.
And then right away you said, all right, this MMA thing might be for real.
Yeah. I turned pro up here.
Yeah. What do you feel about your chances there at the Ultimate Fighter?
I believe they're great. They know who I am. I'm coming, to put on a show, and they like a character. So
obviously you've dominated here, the regional and I guess local scene here in Albuquerque. Do you feel it's that time for you? Obviously you're still young, you're still 23 years old, but a lot of the times people say you're only 23, but there are a lot of guys out there who are already champions. So,
yeah.
What's your timetable, do you feel? I mean, do you feel you've entered your prime just yet?
No, I know I have a lot to learn still, of course, but I'm always ready to fight. Though
Yeah.
I feel a lot of it's heart and mental determination.
Against it's Tachi Palace, this taking place there in California. Charles Diaz going down. For people to get in touch with you, where can they reach you on Facebook and Twitter?
Andres the Bullet Quintana is on my Facebook. The Bullet _MMA for my Twitter. I have an Instagram, just Andres Quintana MMA.
Yeah. Make sure you guys keep a hold of this guy. Follow him on Instagram, whatever it might be, Twitter, Facebook. He's one of the top fighters, if not the top New Mexico fighter that is currently not in the UFC. So make sure you guys go ahead and check him out and follow him. But Andres, let's stick around for a roundtable. I'm going to throw some topics at you.
All right, great.
Stay tuned after the break. We'll have the roundtable.